A little bit of crystal grit over here for your greatest good, for your abundance. This is yellow calcite, which is usually amazing at waking up your spiritual connection. We've got some clear quartz over here that amplifies all energy. We have got some selenite over there, some labradorite. So we've got a beautiful flow over here of energy for you. Okay, so this is going to be a general reading for you, Libra, for the month of September. So this is like for sun, moon, rising, and ascending. Maybe you've got some challenges. Maybe it's about love. Maybe you're a cross-watcher. Whatever brings you to this channel, welcome, and may it serve you in abundantly positive ways. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adrian Nelson. I'm a psychic intuitive. And, I want to tell you guys this. I want to tell you very, very quickly, just very quickly. So I made this crystal elixir like about a year ago, and it was selling really, really well. It's called Unlimited Potential, and I've got quite an amazing mixture of crystals over there. And then you just put like a couple of drops in your water. Okay, but then of course it was the pandemic and I wasn't seeing all that many people in person, and I've already taken 2 bottles, but then I haven't taken some in quite a while. And so yesterday I started to take some again, and I'm telling you, I feel amazing. I feel amazing. So I just want to let you know that I'm doing your reading in a very high vibe. Okay. This water is so nice. I love ice cold water. Okay, so welcome. Let's move all these things about for you. And you know what, guys? I was just speaking to my best friend, and I know that everybody, when you get a reading, it's always nice to sort of have a copy of your reading. And where we are at the moment, it's so challenging. And sometimes I do readings on Zoom, but the thing is, you're not really there to see my face. And I mean, I've got no problems with seeing my face. My face is all over the place. But this reading is about you. And that is also why I wanted to do this, so you can actually get to see your cards. I was a little bit nervous about doing this because sometimes my cards are a little bit all over the place. But so if you want to have a personal reading, then, it will look very similar to what I'm sort of doing for you here at the moment. And I can send you that video. You can actually get a video, and I'll put like a private link in, for my YouTube channel. So you are always able to have the video and to access whenever you want to. But Libra, this is about you. So let's focus on you. Okay. Thank you so much also, all of you. Sorry that are liking my channel, commenting, sharing, subscribing, doing donations. I really appreciate that, guys. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I'm so super blessed. I don't even know how to express my gratitude. I'm so grateful. Thank you so very much. Okay. Now, let's see. We're going to start off, Libra, and we're going to look at good news for you for the month of September. Okay, we're going to look at good news, good things, good vibes, positive energy, things that are flowing in a good way for you. What is it that you are doing well, that you're already on a good track with? So what is the sort of good flow that you are going into September with? All right, let's see. What do we have for Libra, please? And if you do cross-watch, please, as I always recommend, always cross-watch with positive intentions. I would always rather recommend that, say, for example, things are not going well in your life at the moment, maybe problems with finances, problems with love, problems with career, maybe you're in conflict with somebody, something like that. If you know where your placements are, I would rather look at those readings, because when you get your energy in balance, everything else sort of just works out for you by default, so that is actually the amazing thing. So I would look at my moon, for example, because those are my emotions. I would look at my Mars placements, because that's sort of like, like your confrontation and stuff. And there's a link in the description for a free natal chart also. So we're starting off, and you've got the 10 of air, which is the 10 of swords. So this is sort of like there is a little bit of a fighting energy that I'm picking up here, Libra. But also what is really amazing, what I'm picking up here for you, and also with the, with the 10 of swords, the 10 of air over here, this is a space of letting go of challenges, letting go of hardships, letting go of things that are blocking you. There might have been, despite your best efforts and despite you doing your absolute best, there may have been periods where things were just not going nicely, that it was just very challenging, it was very overwhelming. It just wasn't really, really nice. I feel that for many of you, there were those periods, and there it's almost like they're disappearing like mist before the sun. So good news for you for September, Libra, is that many problems that you have, many obstacles that you have, many things that are blocking you, many things that feel that they are stunting your growth, maybe people, connections, energies. You don't want to be ugly, you don't want to be rude, but it's like there's certain people over here, certain energies over there that might be blocking you, where it almost feels like you can't live your greatest truth and your fullest truth and your optimum truth. Those things are dissipating, they're disappearing like mist before the sun. Problems are disappearing for you like mist before the sun during the month of September. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to do your tarot, because obviously when you do the tarot, we get to see how is it that you got there, what is that bringing you. We're going to clarify that. And the wonderful thing about understanding how it is that you bring something about, how is it that it is easy that you bring this energy about, when you understand how you do this, the wonderful thing is you can recreate it for yourself. And in other words, if you know how you're creating this for yourself to start with, if you know how you're creating this release for yourself, the release from oppression and problems and obstacles, when you understand how you, let's say, instigated it for yourself, then you're able to actually consciously do it again. And that's what we're going to look at in your tarot. That is what we're going to clarify. We're going to look at some obstacles that you might want to look out for. And then you're also going to get the opportunity to ask 3 questions at the end of the reading. Any 3 questions that might be on your mind at the moment. And we are asking for you for guidance from the universe for that. Still asking for guidance together with my spiritual team that I channel, Smile, or calling themselves Smile, introduced themselves to me as Smile a couple of years ago. Let's see what we have for you for guidance. This card has come out for a couple of energies. I can't remember exactly which ones, but I do remember it's the 3rd time that it's coming out. And also number 3 it's a number of strength. The 3, and sometimes when for example, back in the day when Charmed, for example, was on television, some of you might remember that, with the 3 witches, and they speak about the power of 3 will set us free. But the power of 3 is a real thing. The power of 3 is it's really your own inner strength, your own inner power. It's a celebration of who you are, your mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul. And sometimes in religion it's called Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's a recognition almost of all of who you are. That you're not just human, that you're an expression of source, that you're an expression of life, that you're an expression of love, that you are that expansion of the universe possibility manifested. So 3rd time this one comes out, mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. All right? Cleansing is taking place for you. Clearing is taking place for you. It's like a deep inner sort of clean, if you want to call it that. It's like a detox that's basically taking place of your energy, of your soul, of the things that are holding you back. It's clearing of those blockages, and there's wisdom coming through there with the owl. All right, there's wisdom coming through there. There's new beginnings there with the new moon that looks almost like a chalice type of vibe there, because there's that space where your connection that you can make to source is finally so profound that it's like a clear channel, it's like a clear connection, and obviously that lights up all around you. So your aura is lighting up in a different way. Your energy field is lighting up in such a way that you are attracting beautiful, wonderful things into your life. That's really, really cool. I'm so excited to see that. Let's see what we have for you in tarot. Now this is going to be one exciting thing. I can't wait for those. Let's see what we got. Sorry. I was thinking maybe I should get some fairy lights there. I think it's going to look so cool. All right. let's see what we have. So you have got the Four of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. That's in the recent past. Then in your current space, in your current energy, there's the Death card. So it's a space of letting go and releasing, the Knight of Cups. And they say this one over here. Okay, let's see who you are. The Seven of Pentacles. Then we've got, for the energy coming towards you, there's the Hanged Man. There's the Four of Swords. There's the King of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Swords for your overall energy. Some of you are worried. You are very, very worried. You are very, very concerned. I feel sort of like about the future, okay? There's a real concern here regarding the future, about provision. But let's take this step by step. Let's take this reading step by step, starting there in your recent past. Oh, sorry, in your overall energy, which is the Three of Swords. So before we look at anything and anything like that, here's a reminder here for you, Libra. And this reminder is about your strength. It's about who you are. It's about your capabilities and your ability. Okay. This Three of Swords is here to remind you that I feel that for some of you, it's almost like you're feeling maybe that you're not feeling that strong at the moment. You're not feeling that motivated and that inspired at the moment. And this Three of Swords is encouraging you to sort of take a moment, sort of take a standstill, take a breather, and to actually look at where you are right now. So where you actually managed to get right now, in your life, and even if everything doesn't tick every box that you would like it to tick, what are the things that you are doing good so far? And also, is a reminder here of the challenges that you've been through before, the things that you survived through before. Again, that power of three. This card is speaking about your inner strength, your ability to not only move through challenging periods, Libra, but to also thrive as almost like as a direct result of those challenges. All right, so you are reminded of your power here. You're reminded of your strength. You're reminded of your ability to adapt to whatever is happening. Okay, so even though some of you might be feeling sort of like weak and displaced at the moment, I mean, you've got every right to feel exactly how you'd like to feel, but this is a reminder of who you are, of the strength of who you are. And it's almost like they are saying, don't forget who you are. Okay? Now, with the recent past there, we've got the Four of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. This is really, really perfect. This is really, really fantastic. It does touch a little bit on love, but this September reading, whatever comes up, I'm going to give to for you. Over the weekend, I plan to record. I'm just going to do a bonus reading for Virgo because it's their birthday month, their birthday season. But then over the weekend, I plan to maybe do some Akashic Love readings for all the different zodiac signs. So you can look out for that, okay? And obviously, if you subscribe to the channel, you hit that notification bell, then you get notified that I've actually, when it is uploaded for your zodiac sign. But then the recent past, you may have been dealing here with a situation, and I feel, yes, it could be someone. For many of you, that's definitely the case. But I feel almost like this is a whole life that you were dealing with there in the recent past. Okay? Maybe someone, but also like your life. You know, how your life is going to be, how your life is going to unfold. For some of you, there was a window, or I call it like almost like a window opportunity, like a window period, where it really just felt like everything was going to work out. There was definite hope there. Everything went perfectly fine. Everything went very, very smoothly. And I feel that there was almost like a reality check that needed to take place there in the recent past. And I don't feel that for many of you, I don't feel necessarily, Libra, that that life itself was bad, or that there was room for improvement that could have been changed. I feel more that even if everything around you was nice and okay, or there was room for improvement, or whatever the case may be, it sort of feels like you weren't 100% on board here. It's like there was a space where you were not at 100% on board there. So maybe you felt a little bit like the oddball out in the situation, which can be very challenging at times like that, because when we have that and we maybe try to, to discuss it with someone else, how we are feeling, then people are quite prone to say sometimes, but everything is going well for you. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you complaining about? You've got so much to be grateful for. So I feel that some of you might have had that sort of experience where it was almost difficult to say exactly how you feel, because it was maybe hard for you yourself to actually grasp as well. But there was a new beginning. Might have felt, I feel almost like a forced new beginning there for many of you. Um, because when we feel sort of displaced in our lives, remember, we create from the energy that we feel. So there was I feel it's almost like a little bit of a tight spot, like a corner, almost like you needed to get out of it. Like you might have felt very sort of um, almost like you didn't have the sort of choices that you'd like to have in your life there in the recent past. And so there's that new beginning. Once again, there with the Three of Pentacles with the power of three. Okay. You were getting into your strength. And I feel that for many of you, you've taken some very brave steps, because there was the opportunity or the option for you to simply carry on the way that you were carrying on, there was that chance for you to do that. I feel that it wasn't necessarily, I would almost say, compulsory for you to do something different, to do something new. But because you felt that you wanted to have a change, I feel that you took the path that made sense to you, but that others would actually sort of maybe frown upon and say, but why did you do that? That is such a difficult path. Why didn't you do this? I'm just going to have a sip of water. Cool. Thank you so much. So, sorry. So all of this brought us towards where you currently are, which is the Death card, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay? So the Death card is probably one of the most misunderstood cards in the whole tarot deck, even more so than the Tower, because the Death card is about rebirth. And even with the number 13, one is about new beginnings, and three, again, is about that inner strength of yours, and 1 plus 3 equals 4, and 4 is about stability. But when you look at it in the numeric numbering of the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. And I do have a course on tarot reading as well, a very detailed course. It's an online course. There's a link in the description if you're interested in learning. But if you look at that, and if you take that course and you look at my readings, you would, because obviously I can't put everything in the course. It will be a 1,000-hour course, But I always try, and that is why I wanted to do readings like this, because I can actually, it's like ongoing training, which I love to do. I love to share information, okay? So if you look at the Death card over there, there's a number 10 over there, in numeric numbering, like the X. Number 10, and in tarot, 10s are endings, and they're also new beginnings. Okay, so there's an ending there from that sort of past that wasn't necessarily wrong, but not 100% right for you. You understood that there's more and different that you want from life. And this is a space of you actually coming into abundance, coming into prosperity. And I actually feel, in a way, for you, Libra, it's almost like there's as you are moving forward, you are seeing one thing, you're releasing from one thing, you're stepping into a new thing, but there's almost like a side dish blessing, if that makes sense. It's like a little extra that is coming with. So things are turning out really, really incredible for you. And then there's a little extra something that's even more incredible. This could be a birth of a new person. Maybe you're getting a puppy, maybe. But for many of you, I feel that there's a birth here, like an actual birth, like a baby, possibly a young little girl. Um, and there's the Knight of Cups in the energy where you are right in the middle. So this is you, I feel, going forward. And even if you look at this Death card, next to this Knight of Wands card, sorry, Knight of Cups card, it's like a continuation. Letting go of the cause. Some of you may have been living very much for a cause and that sort of thing. And now you're kind of putting yourself forth. I feel that for many of you, with all due respect, I feel that for many of you, you may have been involved in many things, enticed by many things, but for some of you, that could have been a way of almost like avoiding dealing with your own life, with your own problems, with your own stuff, with your own challenges. But I see that that has actually come to an end because your main priority in life is now becoming yourself, which is really, really fantastic. And you just want to be careful with this Knight of Cups energy sometimes because um, there can be a little bit of a space of being slightly over ambitious sometimes with the Knight of Cups, especially after the Death card and especially after all of that and realizing your beautiful power. Because sometimes when we have suppressed ourselves for such a long time, we come out and we almost like kaboom, like we sort of take that energy by the horns. So, not saying that you can't be happy, not saying that you can't fully embrace, but be careful. Be careful of hero mentality. That's basically what I'm saying. Okay. Um, you also, what is wonderful is I feel that you're getting the space and the opportunity, Libra. It's almost like you're getting like a little bit of a time bubble. You're getting the opportunity to really sort of get clarity for what it is that you want in your life, what it is that you want to establish. So the universe is asking at this particular point in time, okay, so you let go of all of that stuff. Now, what do you want? What would you like? What would you like to have? That is the question for you at the moment. What would you like to have? What would you like to get? What would you like to experience? Okay. Um, because whatever it is that you are putting into the vortex at the moment, and you are encouraged to really do it with your emotions, really do it with feeling. All right. If you want to have an example, if you take someone like me, for example, what am I manifesting at the moment? I love Apple products. I really, really do. So I would splash out on Apple products like I will probably buy almost everything that they have. So if I get unlimited funds, that's what I would do. And the more clear you become about what you would do, it doesn't mean that that's exactly how life has to play out, but you're giving the universe something to work with. All right. Um, and what did I really manifest? I would manifest having a really, really, really big fish tank. And I've got it all sorted out, what kind of fish I'll have, what kind of pump I'll use, all that sort of stuff. All right. And when we do that, we give the universe an indication of what it is that we would like to have. All right. And that is such a powerful, powerful thing to do, because when the universe understands what it is that we want to have, then it's easy for the universe to, or easier for the universe to give those things to us. So you at the space at the moment, coming here with your cup, you are ready to receive, Libra. You are so ready to receive because you release the things that were holding you back, that were withholding you from receiving. So now you're in a space where you're ready to receive. And so life is saying to you, okay, this is a bit of a clean slate. What is it that you would like to receive? And put that emotions in there. And then let it go, then release it, and then set it free, because when we release it, that's when it comes to us. When we hold on to it, that's when we can't have it. And this is something that I actually like to explain to people about regression hypnosis as well, which I practice and I'm so passionate about, is that while you are in that not meditative state, hypnotic trance state, you are in the state of surrender. So wonderful things can actually just come to you. And hypnosis actually amplifies your meditation, because meditation is about receiving. But it's about, or the purpose of meditation is to take you into that space where you sort of reconnect with all of who you are, sort of gives the consciousness a little bit of a break so that you can align and things can flow and your soul can take a little bit of a break. But then obviously with life, there's always things that are floating through in our minds. And when we are in that hypnotic trance state, that is that complete state of surrender and acceptance, then beautiful things can actually just come to us. Okay. So you are asked to do two things over here. In the current space, what is it that you'd like to have? And here's a recommendation that I'd like to make to you, Libra. And this is something that I am actually starting today as well. I was going to start yesterday, but I'm starting today. Before you go to bed at night, before you go to sleep, writing down what is it that you'd like to have. And then as you go rest, you surrender that to the universe. So, this is not you running around doing your daily tasks, attending to this and attending to that. And obviously, if you work night shift and you work overnight, you just swap that around. Um, you write down what it is that you'd like to have, and then whilst you are sleeping, the universe can work at getting those beautiful things coming towards you. Okay. Now, in the potential outcome or the guidance for your future, you've got the Hangman and the Strength and the Four of Swords, which is about inner strength. It's about strength amplification. We're going to talk about that card right now. So here is the vital step for you to manifest. So in the current space, so you release, remember your power. In the current space, this is a space to become clear about what it is that you want to have, but then it's important to release here with the Hangman. Okay? So what is it that you want to have right now, and then releasing. Okay, so whenever you see this, maybe take a week or two to get clarity about what it is that you want to have, or when you're satisfied that you've put it out the way that you'd like to have it, then surrendering. Okay, and don't put that surrender off for too long, because remember, you are in a space of also releasing, and this is double releasing because you've got the 10 of air, the 10 of swords, and the death card over there. And in effect, the Hangman is about releasing as well. Okay, and as you release, you automatically step into the abundance. You stepped into your inner strength. This is again there with the power of three. There was a wrap up here of lessons, Libra, of things that you needed to learn, of things that you needed to experience. And going forward, this is almost like your initiation ceremony to abundance. Okay, in what's coming towards you. September is literally like initiation for you into abundance. It's like your initiation ceremony. And what's also coming towards you is the King of Wands. There is emotional stability, many reasons for happiness and for joy, and for your soul to have sort of like a rest. I feel that for many of you, your soul might be tired because releases can be quite tiring sometimes. There is that release from the death card, which is all exhilarating and all feeling wonderful. But then there's still like, what do you want to have? And there's this stepping into your power, and all of that, as wonderful as it is, it can be overwhelming sometimes. Okay, so there is the encouragement here for you as you're going into your, maybe say 5 or 6 days after you see this reading, or if you look at it, maybe even you looked at it before and you look at it again, give yourself that period to realign. But then remember that the surrender is so important. Okay, it's about handing over to source. And so when I say surrender, it doesn't mean that you have to book yourself a 5-day holiday by the coast and just listen to the waves and put your feet in the water and live off cocktails and all exotic sort of gourmet deals and stuff like that. Obviously, if you can, by all means, if you can, or even if that's basically what you're doing at the moment. But this is about, the Hangman is about releasing to source, releasing to the universe, knowing that there's a whole soul family, a whole team that wants to help you to overcome the things that are holding you back. Okay. Now, we're going to clarify that Three of Swords first in your overall energy. We're going to see what that is about, okay? We're going to see what's going on there. For Libra, please, clarifying the overall energy. This card that came out there, I'm going to take that one. So you've got the Moon in reverse. Whoa. The Moon, the Nine of Swords, and the Fool. So the moment that you can change your perspective about yourself, your opinion about yourself. I feel that some of you are maybe having a bit of a tough time there with the emotions. Maybe you're sort of challenged by the emotions here quite a little bit. Um, Remember that think of your emotions as your GPS. When something feels really, really good, that's really, really fantastic. As long as it obviously honors your greatest good and all of that. But when something feels really off and it's not enjoyable and it's just all sort of drudging, then there is an indication to you that this is probably not the best thing to do for you. Also, be mindful that you might be taking on other people's energy. It's all wonderful to be there for others and to support others. I am 100% for that. But be careful that you don't become so supportive of other people that that you maybe sort of lose a little bit of yourself in the process. Okay. So, what is your emotions telling you at the moment? Are you feeling strong or you're not feeling strong? When I was speaking about this part over here, everything that you've already made through in life, everything that you've already won through in life. When I spoke about all of that, how did that make you feel? What feelings did that bring up inside of you? Were there lots of positive thoughts or there were slight negative thoughts? Did maybe you have the thought, for example, something like, oh, well, that's a nice message, but I mean, this is a general reading. There's almost 8 billion people in the world. So let's think about it logically. Maybe it's just not for me. That's just wishful thinking. I'm not going to allow myself to have those same kind of, those sort of thoughts. But nothing in this universe happens by accident. You are energy. Everything is energy. Anything that comes into your life happens by, by your energy, by your attraction, by your the law of attraction. That is what determines your manifestation, your experience of life. There is no such a thing as a coincidence. Okay, so if I may turn this card around and let's together affirm, and I'm placing my hand on my heart and I encourage you to do the same thing. Placing your hand on your heart, taking a nice deep breath and claiming having a healthy, productive, beneficial, advantageous relationship with your emotions, with your inner guidance, with your inner GPS. How does that sound? You on board with me? Fantastic. Okay. So now we also have the Nine of Swords and we've got the Fool. Okay, so there might still be some release taking place at the moment for you, Libra. There might be some challenges. There might be things that you are stressing about. And I feel that there's a blessing coming in, but it's and a solution coming in for those of you that are worried about that. But it might be that you're not actually seeing it because I feel that you might be very preoccupied with what you feel is not actually working out in your life at this particular point in time. But look at what we got over here, the Fool. New beginnings. And what I like about the Fool with this new beginnings is that it's got an amethyst over there. And amethyst is that unifying energy as above, so below. Okay, there is. It's almost for some of you. You might experience that it's almost like a spiritual awakening happening inside of you. Downloads, knowing information, things are coming towards you. You in a space of spiritual ascension that is actually taking place there for you, Libra, which is really, really fantastic. There's a brand new beginning here for you. What you need to do is you need to claim it. So there's a brand new beginning that's available for you that's really, really incredible, but it does need to be claimed by you. That is the requirement. So if you are feeling stuck, it's interesting. I had the same thing for, was it Aquarius now? I think so. Yeah, Aquarius. We had the same thing for Aquarius, actually. Let's see. What do we have? We're going to look at that recent past. And then I actually want to look at that Two of Swords that's happening over there. Okay? In the recent past. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you why I'm saying, oh my goodness. So we've got the Knight of Wands. Let me show you here where you can see. The Knight of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. And then what I also want you to look at is this is the card that we are clarifying, the Two of Swords. So you got the Two of Swords. It's clarified by the Two of Swords. Okay, so there were some all over the place kind of thoughts that was happening there in your life, and that might have made things very challenging for you. I feel that you might have taken a decision in the past that you understood was the best decision for you to take, but then maybe when you were feeling slightly less overwhelmed, you were starting to think to yourself, did I actually make the right decision? Wasn't I too hasty in that? Shouldn't I have maybe thought it through a little bit? Am I sure this was the best thing? Was I the nicest version that I could have been, etc., etc., etc.? Okay? But I feel here with the Knight of Wands, though, it's it's almost like you want to have a clear understanding of those feelings over there because you didn't want those feelings to get stuck within your energy field. So it's like you wanted to contemplate there about the past. And as you did, I feel the more you did, the more you actually realized, but you did make the best decision for yourself, that you did make the right decision. But it feels like you were the one who, needed to come to that conclusion. You needed to set yourself free. That's basically what I'm getting. Okay, you needed to set yourself free. Let's take one card for that Three of Pentacles there in the recent past, just to see how did you get to where you are. Because remember, knowledge is power. When you understand how you got to where you are, then there is also how you can make sure that you can maybe recreate that for yourself or maintain that in your life. You've got the Knight of Swords. So yeah, again, there with that decision that you made, you understood that this is the best decision that you make. And I feel that for some of you, it's almost like there's a bit of a running away feeling here. Like you might have packed your bags in the middle of the night and you never even told anybody about this. And it's almost like you eloped, but it's like eloping with your higher self. With the expanded version of yourself. You had to get out. You understood, even if you felt that you were, feeling like constricted and things like that, something inside of you knew that it was time to get out. Okay. Now, we're going to look at that Seven of Pentacles energy there in your current space. If I do a personal reading for you, I will clarify all the cards. Okay. But that takes us very well into an hour, which this reading actually might. Let's see. I'm not in a hurry to finish. I will channel all the messages that are coming through for you. It's interesting how Source works. I used to do these readings on my phone and then I had to transfer it to my PC and then I had to upload them and it took forever. And then about 2 days ago, my PC just went kaplunk. And I said, okay, well, why don't I just do them like live? And I'm enjoying them so much more. I don't like being restricted. I like being able to get you all the messages that are coming through. So this way, streaming them live, I'm actually able to do that. And I really, really like that. Okay, so there's definitely no messages for that Seven of Pentacles over there. Do we have anything for the Knight of Cups? They tell me to go straight to the Death card. Okay. All right, there we go. What do we have? So we've got the Nine of Cups, the Five of Swords. This is still with the power of three. It's just the power of three amplified. Okay, think of like three triangles interlocking with each other, almost like a key. Like in those spy movies, you find the three keys and then everything just works. Okay, Five of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So there with the Death card space. Yeah. It's like you change your dreams, your visions, your hopes, you stop, I feel, being led around by the nose, by your emotions. I feel that for some of you, that is something that did happen. You were led around by your emotions, but you stopped that. I feel that for you, and you're busy letting go. I feel there's a lot of things that you're letting go of at the moment, a lot of things that you are releasing at the moment, a lot of things that you maybe held on to that you blamed yourself for. And I also feel that there's a little voice here in your head. You can see this crow with yep, 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 but it's almost like you're not listening to that anymore because you understand who it is that you want to be. There's that essence, that influx again of that energy. If we look at all of these, there with the Nine of Swords, there was that influx of energy. There with the Moon, there was that influx of energy. With the Fool, there was that influx of energy. With the Five of Swords, there's that influx of energy. When you, as you are, taking your own power, oh my goodness, look at this. Eight of Pentacles, even more so. When you open yourself to the flow comes to you because you are the flow. It's like how do I put this? It's like acknowledging all of who you are. Okay, this is becoming the magnet that attracts abundance. Every sort of like thought that you put out in your life that is positive, that you would have wanted to have, that you would have liked, I've got all of those things coming through for you at the moment. It's really, really amazing. I have to tell you, Libra. Let's look at the Four of Swords energy there in your current space. So you got the Page of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So you see now we're moving into the eighth energy, which is about, stability, infinity, flow. Your balance has been restored. Page of Cups, King of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Your balance is being restored at this particular point in time because your balance was sort of off. Okay, there and again, there's those dreams coming true, those things that you thought might not come through. Maybe dreams, wishes, hopes that you had, maybe even as a small child that you thought, that's never going to happen. Abandoned dreams coming true. Okay, abandoned dreams coming true for you. Okay, give me just a second, please. Radio. Thank you so much. Stability. So this is the cool thing. So there's the King of Wands, which is about emotional stability that's coming your way, but also stability relationship with others. There were maybe some loose ends, maybe some, disagreements, fights, not seeing eye to eye that you might have had with other people. That's coming to an end. Okay, and I feel going forward, there's a sense of bravery that's coming for you because you're looking at problems and things head on. You're no longer hiding away. Most definitely not. I just want to draw a card for that Hangman energy also. You want to draw a card for that Hangman energy, please. Look at what's happening over here. Okay, we're going to take these apparently 1, 2, 3. I said a card, but apparently 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to look at, oh my goodness. And they say one more. So I'm taking the one on the top. You got the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel that you're getting some recognition over here, Libra, because you're coming up with ideas, better ways to do things. So maybe you're in a company or you're in a crowd or whatever that might be. It's almost like you're the one that's coming up with the great ideas here. Whoa. Death, Temperance, Six of Wands. Death and rebirth, double confirmation for you. You're getting control of your life. So for some of you, it doesn't mean that you didn't have control of your life at all, but there might have been certain aspects that you might have felt that you needed to budge on, that you couldn't get your way, that things weren't sort of working out. You're getting control of your life back, and it's really, 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 really super cool. Such amazing things coming for you. Sorry. Six of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Some of you might have been quite stubborn, and it was quite a bit of a defense mechanism, And while I feel that it's carried you through, for many of you, it's maybe what you needed in order to survive, but you might not have been all that happy with it. And now I feel that this is almost like an understanding that the same energy that you use to maybe make yourself feel not all that good and balanced and things in control, you're using that same energy. Instead of using it to your detriment, you're actually utilizing it to your benefit. Okay? And there's a heart opening here. There's a divine coming through. There might be beautiful true love that is coming here for you guys. Watch out for that reading that I'm going to do for you all, for Akashic, twin flame love, because that is about what is that love that you were destined to have in this life. But just for you, before we look at some of those challenges and before we look at your answers, Lyra, or your questions that you have, when I look at this reading, just to summarize it for you for September, this is a space where, I feel that it took a little bit of time to actually maybe come back from sort of like some disappointments and being sort of like thrown off your center and your balance and things like that, because there's quite a hard knock that you have had there in the past, but it is repairing or, getting back from that hard knock. there's quite a release that's taking place here in the current space of life for you. What is it that you want to have? Remember the importance of surrendering, and you can even do it in little bits of pieces. Remember, as I was saying about the as I'm not sure why I showed you me cracking my fingers, but that's something that I do quite often. um Crack my fingers, not show other people that I'm doing it. But you can even do it the way that I'm doing it, where the previous evening you're saying, this is what I'm grateful for, this is what I'd like to have in my life. And as you're going to sleep, having that intention that you're actually sleeping with that release. A wonderful way to get deeper sleep if you're struggling, because I've been struggling with sleep until I started to keep this indigo garbra with me, also known as magic melanite. And these are actually from a volcano. It's like spew from a volcano, and then it hits the ground, and before it hits the ground, it's so cold and it solidifies. So it's in the obsidian family, but you only get these in Madagascar. And it's wonderful. It's like it helps you double down on that grounding, and it helps you to unlock that dragon energy of yours, which is your inner power, your inner strength. So if you've maybe been feeling a little bit floaty recently, Libra, that might be a good option for you. Okay. Just pure obsidian might be a little bit overwhelming, depending on where you are with your fields and spiritual and that sort of thing. But maybe something like a black stone, maybe something like a black tourmaline, for example, even a pink tourmaline, because that's fantastic for release. Okay. Now we're going to look at some things that might be challenges for you, some things that you might want to look at, things that might sort of catch up with you. Just generally what it is that you want to be mindful of that can be to your detriment. Okay. Alrighty. So be careful of victim mentality towards yourself. Be careful of being the martyr that feels bad because it's an honorable thing to do. Don't suffer on behalf of others. Let them do their own suffering. Okay. King of Cups, King of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. When we shine up, Libra, the way that you are already shining up, but the way that you're about to shine up, you I don't really want to say this, but this is what's coming through. Be careful of parasites. Be careful of people that want to ride on your back, that want to ride off your success. Sometimes I believe in life we go through challenging periods to really get some clarity about who are the people that are there for us during our darkest periods. So when you come into the light, you've got a greater understanding. Because sometimes we think that people are our friends, we think they're on our side, we think all of those things, which is obviously great and which we all love. But then we find out that they're not. But then if they're already inside your experience of life, it's sort of, it's almost like realizing somebody's not 100% on your side, but they're already there. And then, so if you're experiencing maybe some loss of friends and letting go, know that there is also the divine stepping in. That it doesn't mean that they're wrong, it doesn't mean that you're wrong, or that you are right and they're wrong, or that sort of thing. It's just really that that the path that you needed to walk together, that has been complete. The soul contract is to complete. So release peacefully, and be careful of holding on to things here with the Ten of Swords. Okay, be careful of holding on to things. Be careful of holding on to people. If they want to leave, let them leave. Okay, let them leave if they want to leave. And I don't even feel that you need to cut anybody off. It's just if anybody leaves your equation of life, let them go, set them free, because maybe that is the best thing for them and for you. All right. Now, Libra, let's look at those 3 questions. Okay. So ask your questions that you'd like to ask. So number 1. Let's say the yellow one. Okay. Number 2 and number 3. All right. So question number 1. Choose a new direction. Okay. It doesn't mean that the path that you're on is bad. Maybe you just need to look at a different way of doing it, or maybe it's time for altogether change. Take it as it resonates. Okay. Remember, this is a general reading. In a personal reading, we look more at your specific energy. Question number 2, within the next few weeks. Okay. Question number 3. Ask for help from others. You are very good at being there for others, Libra, not always all that good at allowing others to be there for you. and it's not even so much of a pride thing, it's just more of a personality thing. But be mindful that your habits don't sort of, count to your detriment as opposed to your benefit. Okay, so that's what I've got for you, my beautiful Libras. I hope that that helps you. If it resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Remember to hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.